it is hard to mince words with this one. If you want arguably one of the most well-built, functional, and overall just awesome tonneau covers available for your 2015 or newer F150, well, you found it. This very cool roll-up tonneau cover is technically a hybrid because it features a unique slat design with aluminum panels. Now, this is also one of the easiest to operate and easiest to install covers, so it gets 1 out of 3 wrenches on my patented difficulty meter, and you should be able to get this hooked up in about an hour or so. Now, there are a lot of reasons why I would buy this particular cover. And the biggest reason I would is because of its build quality. Most roll-up covers use a soft fabric, and that fabric can stretch, it can shrink, and it will sag over time. Now, that's not the case here, obviously. The aluminum slats on this cover keep the fabric on top nice and tight, and the fabric itself is what I would consider best in class. It is a nice, thick leather grain, marine grade vinyl, so it'll definitely stand up to any weather that you put your truck through for years to come, and it will continue to look good. The other reason why I like this cover is because of how it opens and closes. You've got a couple of options in the tonneau cover world, and those folding and hinged covers are nice, but honestly, a roll-up cover is just the simplest and easiest to use. Unfortunately, most roll-up covers provide little to no security since they are just made of a soft fabric, but again, that is not the case here. Truxedo's slats, which I can say are very heavy duty, allow this cover to lock with the tailgate closed, so you do get actual security with this cover. Pretty unique in the category as far as roll-ups are concerned. And lastly, I like this cover because of the install and how it works. Again, there is no cutting or drilling required, as is the case with many others, and all the hardware is certainly high quality. The clamps are adjustable as well, so you will get a perfect fit with this cover. You won't have to fight with it and play tug of war as you install it. Now, when it comes to using the cover, the included slam latches are very easy to use. So opening and closing the cover is accomplished with 2 simple clicks on either side. Now, the hard roll-up cover that I've got with me is certainly on the high end of cost, coming in at around $850. But again, if you can just take a look at this thing, you can definitely see you are getting what you pay for. There is honestly just nothing that comes close to how well built this cover is and all the features it comes with. And again, the fact that it's a roll-up cover with a hard surface makes it a very unique and very well executed take on roll-up covers. So if I've convinced you and you like everything you see here as much as I do, then let's go ahead and actually get into that install. Again, this is a very easy 1 out of 3 wrenches on my patented difficulty meter. So without further ado, let's head over to the garage with one of our own F150s, and I will actually show you guys how to get this cover installed on your own truck. To install your titanium tonneau cover, you'll need the following tools: a 3/8 drive ratchet, and a 1/2-inch socket. All right, so like I mentioned earlier, for how heavy duty and feature rich this tonneau cover is, installing it's actually very straightforward. You're really just clamping on a couple of clamps to your truck bed. So let's go ahead and get started. So first things first, you're gonna grab one of your bed rails. And you're also gonna grab one of your aluminum brackets. You're gonna wanna make sure this is nice and loose. You're also gonna need a 1/2-inch socket to tighten it down. You're gonna hold your bed rail up flush against the truck bed, like so. Make sure your end piece is as flush as possible with where the bed ends. And once you're happy with where it's sitting, you're gonna take your bracket, you're gonna line the teeth up on the bracket with the grooves on the bed rail itself, and you're gonna tighten this down. You're gonna start with the center one to keep this in place, then you're gonna grab your other 2 brackets and you're gonna install them on either end here. All right, once you have your bed rail in a good place and it's nice and even and that first bracket's tightened down, you're gonna grab your other 2 brackets, you're gonna put them halfway in between the center bracket and either end of your bed. Right now we're going to go ahead and do the same exact thing for the other side. All right, so with both of our bed rails installed and squared up, it's time for us to get our tonneau cover installed. You're gonna wanna have this end with these little clamps right here towards the cab of the truck. If you see this little black nib right here, this is actually a little screw head. That's gonna fall into the holes that are on the ends of your bed rails up there. All right, so like I said, when you throw your tonneau cover up on here and you want to secure it, you want to make sure that this little screw head falls into this hole right here. Once both ends fall in, you're going to push this clamp and that's going to lock the tonneau cover to the bed rails. All right, so you can see on the underside of the tonneau cover here, we have a little screw that fell through, so we're going to push this clamp in. All right, now that you have both ends of your tonneau cover clamped down and secured permanently, it's time for us to roll the rest of the tonneau cover out. All right, so with your tonneau cover rolled out, it is now actually installed. Once you want to close it and lock it up, all you got to do is push it down onto the bed rails and let it go click, and then you put your tailgate up. You won't be able to access anything inside of the bed unless you put the tailgate down and pull on the little cable in here. You'll hear it click, push it back up, and then you can roll your tonneau cover back. All right guys, so as you can see, it's a pretty easy install and you get a very high quality cover out of it. And that actually wraps up my review and install of Truxedo's titanium tonneau cover fitting your 15 through 18 F-150. I'm Travis, thanks for watching. For all things F-150, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.